Woo! What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap as the Lakers survive. Yes, I said it correctly. Survive the Brooklyn Nets. And Austin Reaves had to cook tonight in order for us to win. Otherwise, oh man, that would have been bad. That would have been a bad loss right there. And ironically, it was D'Lo who almost had the last laugh. D'Angelo Russell came into our building, got really comfortable. So this is a place he's been playing the last couple of years, and really almost had us. He almost had us, man. And so, again, this wasn't a very good victory, but we'll take a victory. I'd much rather a victory than a loss. Now, I'm glad that we won in the fashion we did for multiple reasons. One, because LeBron got the help he needed. In the absence of Anthony Davis, Austin Reaves stepped up big time, all right? But LeBron also did his thing. LeBron had 29 points, 8 assists, was phenomenal. He did have 5 turnovers. We got to cut down on those. But the real hero of the game was Austin Reaves because he cooked his ex-friend D'Angelo Russell majorly. Career high, guys, 38 points for Austin Reaves, 38 of them. And he had, guess how many? 0 turnovers. Zero turnovers. That's the most important thing right there. But absolutely cooked D'Angelo Russell, did his thing. And I'm so happy that we won in spite of really not playing great. All right, the defense wasn't great. We desperately missed Anthony Davis tonight, obviously. We was giving career highs to players I'd never even seen. Who's Tozan Ebo Muwan? Like that dude had 15 points on us on 6 for 10 shooting. I don't even know who that is. Keon Johnson came in, had a good game. Zaire Williams. D'Lo off the bench. D'Lo came in and had 19. So, again, the Lakers did what we had to do in spite of, D'Angelo Russell. But it was just too close for comfort, and I was not happy about that, man. I was not happy about that. Like, some of these things the Lakers do, the turnovers, the lack of rebounding, it bothers me. Like, it really bothers me. Like, tonight, we played the Brooklyn Nets. They're a really crappy team. However, we still had 10 turnovers, which is more than we had the last game. Still not too bad. Anything under 15 is good. It's decent. But we did have 46 points in the paint. We gave up 12 offensive rebounds, so that's still an issue. We did get to see our brand new player. I'm going to talk about him in a little bit. Tyrone, appreciate you, my guy. He said, I want Hayes off our team like right now. Yeah, Jackson Hayes is not it. And I'm glad you brought this up because that leads me into my next point, which is we got to see our new guy. What was his name again? I always forget his name. Trey Jamison, the third. All right, he played 15 minutes, which was shocking to me. 15 minutes is a lot for a newly acquired two-way guy. But in the absence of AD, I figured he would play. And he was actually pretty impressive. In those 15 minutes, he had 4 rebounds, but he had a bunch of contested shots, and he ended up with 2 blocks tonight. So, again, very impressive. Meanwhile, Jackson Hayes had 0 blocks. Again, Jackson Hayes played 33 minutes. He had 6 points, 0 blocks. He did have 9 rebounds, so he did help a little bit there. But it is just something about appreciate you, Tyrone. Thanks so much for Super Chat, bro. T-Money. Appreciate you, T-Money. Look, it's something about Jackson Hayes. He's just too frail. There's something wrong with this guy. He comes out here, he gets moved around, he gets pushed around. It doesn't seem like he has any meat on his bones. Like, he struggles to box out. He struggles to rebound. Block shots. It seems like a thing of the past with him. He was a decent shot blocker to start the year. But yeah, I like Koloko and the new guy both over what Jackson Hayes has provided personally. He said, new guy may get PT in the playoffs. Well, the one thing I did like about him, it seems like he's hard to move. All right, there was a couple times even D'Lo probed. Even D'Lo went inside, and he kind of got, he ran into a roadblock. So he's 270 pounds, and you could tell, all right? He seems to have somewhat of a decent motor. He gave us some good minutes tonight, good, decent minutes for sure. Gabe gave us 10 off the bench, but he was 1 for 5 from beyond the arc, so he has to improve there. Max Christie started the night good, but he kind of eventually had a bad shooting night. But again, Max Christie is there for other things as well, right? The rebounding, the defense, all of that. But tonight, it belonged to Austin Reaves and LeBron James, especially Austin with a brand new career high, guys, 38 points on 13 for 23 and 4 for 8 from beyond the arc. Some of the moves he did were just so damn beautiful. They were just so damn beautiful. Behind the back, crossover, splitting double teams. I mean, where's all the people that said D'Lo was better than Austin? Let's compare the numbers. Let's do that. Because since women lie, men lie, but numbers don't, right? Let's see. Let's see what D'Lo did in his stint off the bench for the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, so D'Angelo Russell he had a good game, by the way. 7 for 15 from the field, 5 for 10 from beyond the arc. So he had 5 3-pointers. He had 19 points and 8 assists. He had a very good game by his standards for sure. And Reaves, again, we already said his numbers. So both of them had a good game, but I think the better of the two players prevailed tonight. And D'Lo had an opportunity to end us. I think a lot of people would have been upset. I think the trolls would have been all over the chat tonight talking about, I told you guys you shouldn't have traded him, blah, blah, blah. No. All right. I think tonight showed you why we traded D'Lo. Even though he does put up good numbers and all, doesn't really make like a huge impact per se. I mean, that team is 14 and 28. So I think he's in the right place. He'll get his contract, he'll get his numbers, and he'll get his losses. That's just the way it works. Meanwhile, we got a guy who can really contribute. Another thing I'll tell you about Austin is every time a player goes missing, like when LeBron has been out or AD like tonight, he has his big nights, right? So he steps up to the plate, and I think he supported my argument when I say this guy could be all-star caliber talent. If AD and LeBron weren't here and this was his team, he'd be averaging 25 and 8. Do you guys believe me now? Because you see, man, when he has a spectacular game like he did tonight, it really shows you what type of dog he has in him. He has a dog. And he hit some clutch buckets, and I think he ran out of gas at the end because he could have got the 40-piece, but he didn't. Lila Mendoza, how you doing? She said, Jackson Hayes can't block anybody. No rim protection for us. Yeah, I'm still surprised he's on the roster as we speak. I hope he gets included in any package because I really don't like what he brings to the table. To be honest, Coloco has been way better. Heck, the new guy gave us some solid minutes there, and he actually had 2 blocks. So, that's what, I just feel like Jackson Hayes is like, I know he came off of an injury, but even before the injury, it wasn't like, like he was really moving the needle for me personally. Hansen said D'Lo's in the right place. The Nets have a bunch of players that look like him. Come on, guys. He almost ended us tonight. That shot looked good, too, by the way. He crossed the who was guarding Rui, crossed him over and hit him with a step back. Almost made it. I would have been upset. Because we want to start off the weekend right? The Dodgers just they signed their guy. And my Rams play this weekend. I needed this victory from our Lakers. It just felt right. All right. It is. You guys know what time it is, guys. Let's see if anybody remembers what today is. Because, yeah, it's about that time. We're about to turn up. We're about to, y'all know what it is. Let's see. I'm over here looking for let's see. There it is. All right. So you guys already know, man. It is officially Phone Call Friday. We are going to turn on the phone lines and give you guys an opportunity to call. Let me go ahead and roll the credits. Man, I got so many clips on here. I lost track of where the Phone Call Friday credit is at. Let's see here. Oh, my goodness. How did I lose it? I know it's in here. There it is. Roll it.
Hello.
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 Hey, I know you don't
Subscribe.
I know this, but I'm gonna get you
Subscribe
today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Let's freaking go, baby. It is officially Phone Call Friday. If you guys want to call in, make sure you guys click the link from below. We could talk anything. If you guys have questions for me, if you guys want to chime in on Quincy Oliveri being dropped, if you guys, anything at all you guys want to do, just make sure you guys do hit that like button, though, man. Make sure, because it does help the channel keep growing. So let's get it going, man. Phone Call Friday. Let's start. Ooh, we got tons of callers tonight. Let's start off with our guy, Shan. What's up, Shan?
Yeah, what's up, man? How you feeling?
Man, I feel better that we won, but it wasn't like an impressive win or anything. You know what I mean? Fun game because it felt like, ex-best friends were going at it. But how'd you see the game?
I was glancing back and forth. It's oddly enough, man, I wasn't that shocked. It's the weirdest thing, man. You know how sometimes you just have a weird intuition, you have this weird feeling, even when you're about to enter a game. Like I had this weird feeling, right?
Right.
I felt like it's so this team, to stoop down to another team's level, right? The Clippers beat that team by like 60 points. I was like, man, they gonna hit their shots tonight, right? you know, I just had this weird feeling the Nets are gonna come into this game hungry as fuck for no apparent reason because they're playing the Lakers and all this bullshit. I just had I had this feeling. Also, AD and DFS being out, man, like didn't help matters. So I wasn't too shocked, to be honest with you.
Right. Definitely not shocked, but I am concerned because we had enough talent where we should have put these G leaguers away. Basically, the only NBA level talent they had was Ben Simmons, D'Lo, and a couple other guys. Um, what do you think is the biggest need right now, bro? Looking at the team, we made that acquisition. Uh,
Yeah.
First of all, let me ask you, what do you think of the new guy, Jameson?
Uh, I mean, I didn't really see too much of him, to be honest with you. But
Mhm.
I mean, it's a decent big body. Nothing to really laugh about, to be honest with you. I wasn't crazy impressed, but he did his job. Don't really have many things to say on, bro. But I mean, still need a real big man. I still don't feel like you can rely on G League centers. And if this is what they're doing, man, I'm not too thrilled.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? If this was like a scope, like a scapegoat thing, where it's like, okay, Laker fans want a big man, I'll give them a big man. Like this has got to be a joke because even though I like what I saw from him tonight, like you said, man, it's just we need something more polished. And I actually like his minutes. Can you imagine what somebody actually good there at that position can do for us?
Facts, bro.
But look, a win is a win. We win by a point. We almost got daggered by D'Lo. That would have been nightmare because do you see how calm and peaceful my chat is tonight? Well,
Facts,
we
bro.
would have had the trolls coming in here talking about you guys don't know basketball. That's why D'Lo this, D'Lo that. He's the goat. So I'm glad it didn't happen that way. But how do you
Absolutely.
feel about AR having a new career high, man? Were you
Man,
impressed?
I was thrilled. I mean, AR been doing this, man. I could tell at the end of the game he was trying hard to get that 40 piece, man.
Mhm.
I mean, I think he was just gassed by
Mhm.
the last couple shots. Didn't like he missed those easy shots that he made a couple possessions before that. But I mean, shit, this AR, man. So I mean, I'm not shocked. This is what he does. But as far as needs of this team, man, I really feel like this team could use like a I think this team needs a good a- I obviously we need a center, but a real starting guard like a two-way guard that can help with some playmaking, can shoot off the catch.
Uh-huh.
Like I would say honestly, bro, from Chicago, I think they got the perfect piece, bro. Like that Io DeSumo from Chicago. I've been saying, bro, that
Mhm.
would legit be the perfect piece next to Austin Reeves, bro. Cause that dude never misses games, is efficient as hell, can shoot the ball, and is a tenacious ass defender. I feel like he would kind of be like a Derek White type player for this team. A little bit of Drew Holiday because he can dribble the ball, because he can handle the ball. I know the next guy I'm about to say. I know you weren't too thrilled, but honestly, I wouldn't mind a reunion with Zoe, man, because he's been playing really well. He's been healthy as of late. I just feel like as a throw in the deal, I wouldn't mind that just as a backup. That can play multiple positions. I think it would be a great story. That's what I want. And then honestly, bro, I'd go all in for like Walker Kessler, bro. I don't know if how realistic that is, but at this point, bro, go in, man.
Well, I think that Walker Kessler situation might be revisited again at the deadline, like right at the 1 yard line. Because what's going to happen is I think the Lakers are going to have to choose whether they want to keep that extra first round pick plus the lifting the protection or not. And I think that's what the Jazz are waiting for. They're stalling. You're right. I mean, and to everybody in the chat saying Kessler's not going to change this, no. You got to watch League Pass, man. Kessler is a true rim protector and a rebounder, so he would help us tremendously. It's just the rumor has it they're not trading him for now. That could change, however. Like I said, sometimes people play hardball. We'll see what happens there. You got any questions for me, man?
Yeah, nah. What do you think about that Chicago package, bro?
Chicago package, the one you mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
I like the Somu. I don't know why they would trade him. He's still on the younger side. I think
'cause they
realistic,
got hella guards, bro. That's why I was saying.
but I'm saying I think realistically they would want to trade Zach Levine first or Nick Vucevic. I think those are the first guys on the chopping block.
Yeah,
Um,
Vooch just dropped 40 tonight, by the way.
which means the price is going to go up. So again, we talked about Vucevic last night on Around the League. He'll be a solid acquisition. I still I'm prioritizing the big man. Even tonight in spurts when we saw a real rim protector, like even though that G League kid, he's a G League kid, but he's a rim protector. It looked good, man. All of a sudden, like the paint would close up, and he was out there contesting stuff, and they were missing. We just gave up a lot of offensive rebounds, so we do need a rim protector, and I still think that's a priority. Now, from what I'm hearing, the Blazers, the Jazz, the Wizards, a bunch of teams are sellers at the trade deadline. Question is, do we have the second round picks or even the protected first round picks to trade for these pieces? And if we do, will Rob Pelinka actually pull the trigger, right? We're about to find out. We're about to find out how serious we are as contenders, my guy.
Yeah, what's your dream package like that you would really want?
Simple. It's simple. It's the one I've been mentioning since the summer. Give them Jalen Hutchifino, since they were intrigued by him. I don't know why. But give him Jalen Hutchifino, give him an extra first-round pick, and then lift the protection off the one we already have and get Walker Kessler straight up. This way, we got Kessler as a rim stopper, rim protector. We got Finney-Smith. We still got, obviously, Vando coming back. We still have Wood just in case he ever makes anything of himself. So we would have the depth plus everybody we have playing right now, which will make us 10 times the team we are right now. So if we get Vando back and he's even a quarter of what he used to be, it'll be help.
Yeah.
I think we're still that big man away. Everybody else is, to me, is a bonus. If we could get a backup guard, great. If we can't, I think we have enough with Gabe and with Milton. They got to figure out who's going to be better there.
Not really big on either, to be honest with you. Just 'cause I feel like Gabe Vincent, I think he's been playing better as of late. I just don't feel like you could rely on him personally from what he's shown. He's a solid defender, but I feel like he's more of a tweener in my opinion, bro. Like I don't really think he's not a one or a two. He's more of he's more of a tweener, and I feel like Shake Milton, he was cool for like Philly a couple years ago, but he's not really a point guard either. He's more of like a Dion Waiters type player. Like I feel like both of those guys are tweeners. And I feel like this team needs more of like a table setter that can like
You
do a
think
little
Lonzo,
bit.
you think Lonzo will be that for us?
Absolutely, bro. Like, I mean, even though like he's had injury history and whatnot, he's been relatively healthy this year. I mean, he's starting
Let's
to
see.
turn up.
He had a little duel with his brother tonight, so that was probably fun to watch. I'll tell you right now, pull up his stats. He had 6 points and 3 assists in 25 minutes. Not bad. I
Yeah,
just don't. I don't think he'll ever be the player he used to be. Personally,
yeah,
with all the injuries, that's my only. I like Lonzo. Don't get me wrong, but if I can get Jordan Clarkson instead, or I can get Colin Sexton or another more serviceable guard. Matter of fact, that we clear the spot and we go back and get Markel or Lonnie Walker, I'd rather that than Lonzo because I just don't know what Lonzo will be.
sure.
When he comes back. That's the only thing. It's just for health purposes. I don't think we shouldn't be looking for injured players to trade for. You know what I mean? That
Because
makes sense.
here's my thing with that though, just because like I feel like there's not really a ton of options when you think about it. Because like the biggest trade package I could think of is Rui, and I just don't like. I've heard from like many sources that I've looked up that Rui is more valued by this team than he is around the league. Same with Gabe Vincent. That's the thing, like, because you got to think of what teams could use a Rui Hachimura, bro. Like,
Mhm.
he makes 17 mil. Majority of teams already have starting forwards that can do what he does, but better. So I feel like it's confusing as far as what team would want him. What like, especially given that I don't think he's on a bad contract, but I say Chicago because you get a starting guard, Io, that could be. He's only 25. Like you give up a first round pick. Patrick Williams has been disappointing for Chicago, so I feel like Rui could slide into that role. He kind of play for that position. Maybe you could flip Gabe to a third team. Like I hear, Pistons are looking for like they're willing to take on some bad deals or something like that. And I feel like Zoe could be like a throw in that deal, just like because you already get the main attraction, Io DeSumo. Lonzo could just be like a filler, and I feel like the thing with Colin Sexton, right? Colin Sexton's not really a table setter. Neither is like Jordan Clarkson is more like he's looking for his own shot. He's not really looking to make guys better. That's my thing, you know?
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, to each his own. I will say I much prefer the two I mentioned than Lonzo at this point because I think Lonzo's more the idea that we like about him of what he could have became rather than what he produces. Right now,
Yeah.
Colin Sexton averages 18 points, 3 assists, shooting 48% from the field. So I much rather have that production off the bench than a potentially injured player. But that's just
Yeah.
me, you know.
Yeah.
But I like
And also,
AO. I like Ayo. I
Yeah,
don't know if the Bulls would trade him though, but I do
yeah,
like him a lot for sure.
yeah.
Um,
And
but
yo,
let's see what the Lakers do at the deadline because you know what?
yeah,
I don't even know if if they're making G League moves, lateral moves, because they don't plan on making any more moves. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
yeah. My last question to you though is like, in your eyes, what do you think Rob's like basketball philosophy is, bro? Because I've heard many people say that ever since that 2020 team, right? That's the thing that's kind of been the most confusing because I feel like every single team has looked different each year. So in your eyes, what do you think the philosophy is?
Philosophy. I think what Rob Pelinka is really trying to do is find a way to make trades where he doesn't have to trade the first round pick. So he's trying to have his cake and eat it too, bro.
Yeah.
And why do I feel this way? Because look, even the last trade, he gave up 3 second-round picks. He didn't even dangle a first-round pick. So that's why I think it's been so hard for him to make deals. Teams are trying to rip us off and have us overpay. And at the same time, I don't think Rob wants to do that because he knows that's his lifeline. Rebuilding, drafting. If the Lakers somehow become competitive and he can hold on to the picks, I think that's what his philosophy is. He's trying to have his cake and eat it too. And I don't think that'll work for a lot of Laker fans because LeBron's getting older, AD's getting older. We want to see them compete now. And we feel like we have good enough pieces to build that up, right? So that's what I think his philosophy is, to be honest. I think he wants to double dip. And remember, he has an agent mentality. Agents are always looking to recruit underrated pieces and then cash in on them. And that's what he's done. If you look at Rob Pelinka's career, what he's done, he's gotten guys, guys like obviously Caruso, guys like Austin Reeves, guys like that have made their name from being undrafted. And so that way he doesn't have to waste those draft picks. But I think Rob might be way in over his head. If he doesn't make a move, he's going to set us behind the 8 ball before the deadline.
Facts. Facts.
So,
Nah,
yeah.
I feel you, bro.
Yeah.
But
But I appreciate the call, my guy. Thank you as always, man. I appreciate it. And you have a good one, man.
absolutely, man. See you.
All right, bro. Great questions right there from my guy. Marcos, thank you so much for super chat, bro. Said real shit. He said, connect for Kessler. What are your thoughts? Do you think Pelly's would trade Murray for a pick? He's struggling right now. Murray and Kessler will be fire. Connect. Oh, I haven't heard that one before. I'm really high on Connect. I know he's struggling right now. And people, we Laker fans, we tend to give up early on certain players. But I'm telling you, Connect showed me he has star potential. Even if it doesn't happen this year for him, I think next year he's going to come onto the scene and hit some big buckets. And the only thing with Connect right now is his confidence is shot, which I figured would happen. I didn't know it would happen to this degree, but I figured would happen from the moment that JJ stopped rewarding him from play good. So I say I don't think we need to give up Connect in order to get Kessler. I think Kessler's just a utility player, and utility players are undervalued in the league, right? With the exception of Rudy Gobert, who's exactly a similar player to Kessler, but on a higher level. And actually, I think Kessler has better potential. But I think if we do a first round pick in Jalen Hood-Schifino and we lift the protection off the pick they already have, they might be willing to do Kessler for that. And then we could turn around. I do like DeJounte Murray. He'd be solid. He would be really solid for us right now. I'm not that hungry for a point guard because I think the starting point guard we have right now is doing a great job. I'd say 38 points, 3 assists tonight. I mean, do we really need more scoring? But I know DeJounte's a better defender, so I wouldn't mind it. But what would you do? Let me ask you this. What would you do? Would you bring him off the bench or start him? Because I don't want to bring Austin off the bench when he's getting his mojo with Max Christie in the backcourt. They're starting to build something there. If anything, I would rather trade for a backup guard. That's why I say Clarkson, Sexton. If DeJounte wants to come off the bench, that'd be great. I doubt it. I'd say no to the first one because we can get him cheaper, and yes to the second one, which is Murray. But depending on what we have to give up for sure. I know he's playing bad right now, and the Pelicans might be sellers at the trade deadline. They might. So, yeah, keep an eye out on that for sure. All right, let's bring in our next caller. And thanks for Super Chat, brother. I appreciate that. Let's bring in our next caller. This man's been waiting for a minute here. Travis Williams. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? How you been?
I've been good, brother. I've been good. Lakers slumping all year long. We go high, we go low. Right now, it looks like we're a little bit on an upward on an uptick after losing 3 in a row. How you feeling?
Well, before we get into that, I know you're out in that area, so you didn't get hit by the fires, did you?
There was a fire really close to my house. I'm in the Inland Empire, so I'm like an hour away from LA area.
Okay.
But no, we didn't get hit. But there was a fire like 2 days ago, and the smoke was getting in, but it wasn't nothing dangerous. Firefighters put it out. Salute to the first responders. But yeah, man, thank you for asking, bro. How you been? How's your
Yeah,
family? Everybody good?
it's been pretty good. It's just it gets dark over here early with the winter, but
Gotcha.
yeah, it's been pretty low key. But as far as these Lakers, man, I don't know, man. Just watching them play, it just seemed like uh, disinterested, don't they? Like, I mean, what is our identity? Like the previous guy said. I mean, like like you said, like why are they holding on to these picks? Like, and getting rid of Quincy and then taking these G League centers. Like, I kind of got a theory that AD's. We see he checks out a lot, but maybe he's just getting tired of doing everything. Like, I would. I'd be like, y'all just gonna leave me hanging, give me these bums. Like, I'm just gonna check out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I do believe they wanted to rest him, kind of like somewhat of a, and they've been resting a lot. To be fair,
No, I just mean like in his, games where like he
his game.
started off like MVP kind of
Oh yeah, yeah.
season,
Well,
like
AD's never been a Batman. He started off the season like a Batman, then I think he realized he was weighing over his head, and he started to chill out a little bit. But really, I think he lost his mojo after the Orlando Magic's loss when he missed 2 free throws and we lost that game. It hadn't been the same since then. Before then, man, he
but
was
well, I
ball.
think it's like you said, he's getting beat up, and
Mhm.
they're not getting him any real like playable help. I mean, Jackson Hayes would not play very much at all on any other NBA team. Like, he
Right.
would be third string or even G League maybe.
Yeah.
And if I was AD, I would check out after a while too. Be like, you're getting me these G League dudes, and I got to rebound, block shots, I got to run by. Like, he's got to do it all.
Let me ask you this: what do you think of what Austin has been doing in the starting lineup so far this season?
I love Austin. I don't understand these haters. Like, they're crazy. Like Austin Reaves. There's not a team in this league that wouldn't trade for him. Uh,
Bro is averaging 18 points per game, shooting 43% from the field, 37% from beyond the arc, with 6 assists a game, with a steal, and so in 34 minutes. So what I say to that is, it's hard to find a third piece that can do that, even if you wanted him traded with LeBron and AD on your team. Like, it's really hard, right? It's really hard. So they should appreciate what we have, and he's super overachieved for being an undrafted rookie. From the moment he came in to now, I'm very proud of him, man. And it feels nice to have one of our own that we basically built up from the ground up and be what he is. So I'm proud of him
yeah,
personally, and I want this
yeah,
to.
he's doing great. I'm just mad at the front office. I just don't know what they're going for, their direction. Like, like you said, a lot of people are saying that you get rid of Quincy, but you keep Bronny. Like, it's just, I mean, I get why they have to, but it's just a lot of questionable.
A lot of questionable decisions for sure from the front office, man. And I hope they make some good decisions coming up, because I think February either 3 or 8, one of the 2 days, is a trade deadline. So,
I mean,
um,
seriously, if you were LeBron or AD, if they don't trade at least one of those picks, wouldn't you consider walking after this year? I would.
oh, for sure, for sure. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen if they don't make the right moves, and we end up falling short in the playoffs again, because I think AD knows that his window's about to close in a couple of years, and LeBron knows his windows could be closed already. Who knows? But you got to try. When you have players of that caliber, you got to try. Would you say that our front office has failed these two superstars? Because this got to be one of the most disappointing duos in the history of Lakers since I started watching ball, which was damn near 30 years ago, man. Um, would you say we have
Yeah,
failed them? What do you think?
I would say that they can't make up their mind whether they want to do what the stars want or whether they want to have like an identity. Like they've made some dumb signings like THT and not keeping Caruso, and the Russell Westbrook trade was basically LeBron. I just feel like we have spent years trying to recover from that trade, and um, if Pelinka doesn't like swing for the fences, like even if he misses, but he's trying,
Yeah.
Like, I think we'll give him more credit for that than just staying on the sidelines and trying to hit a home run with an undrafted free agent or a G League guy. Like that's 99 out of 100. It's not going to happen,
Absolutely.
I mean, what would you do? I mean, like the problem is they don't want to get fleeced, and I get it, but uh, if it takes the first round to get Kessler and you have to remove the draft protections, I'd do that. I wouldn't do two.
Yeah. No, you can't do two for sure. That would be ludicrous. But I say, bro, we have 2 first-round picks. You can't be afraid to use them because historically we've done a good job of getting talent undrafted, even though we let Quincy go, and I thought he was like a second round pick level talent, like an early second round pick. We let him go, but we've done a great job. You see Caruso, Austin Reaves. We've had plenty of players in between that have been undrafted that have made a mark here.
Yeah, and we don't want to develop players. We want to get superstars and put pieces around them. Like, so that we're the one team that makes no sense to care about this. Like,
and here's the thing, and here's some food for thought for you. Walker Kessler and AD together in the front court would be a nightmare for the opposition. I think right away they become the best tandem defensively in the front court in the West. Who's better than them in the West? In the East, you can say that the Cleveland Cavaliers have a better tandem defensively in the front court. But in the West, I think we instantly become, and not just for this year, but for years to come, assuming we re-sign them and everything, right?
I'm going to give you a trade out of left field, and nobody's really talking about this.
Right.
What if you traded both of those seconds and some garbage? I don't know, Gabe Vanda, whatever the salary's got to match for Miles Turner, because then you got a big that can shoot threes and rebound.
About earlier, man, but I just honestly I don't. Let me ask you this: why would the Pacers do that when they have a winning record in the East right now? Right? Like we have to think they wouldn't do that.
He hasn't signed his extension yet, so you don't want to lose him for nothing.
But I think they would rather take their chances than to just trade him for a couple of second round picks and then I don't that wouldn't be good for Halliburton and all that. Those small market teams have to operate a lot smarter. Unless you're a team that sucks and you just like, let me give you an example. Nick Claxton. That's a name I really like right there. Everybody talks about Day'Ron Sharpe, but what about Nick Claxton from the Brooklyn Nets? He would be decent.
I'm just saying, like, even better than Kessler to be a big that can shoot.
Oh yeah, but those don't go.
The guy in Chicago, he can shoot.
Nick Vucevic is more realistic because he can shoot and he can get rebounds that'll help you there. He's not a rim protector, but he's really good around the glass. So he would be great. We talked about him on Around the League, me and a shout out to D Free yesterday. So yeah, Nick Vucevic would be an intriguing name for sure. But there's going to be a lot of sellers at the trade deadline. Who's going to be the buyers? Hopefully the Lakers are, man, because that's how we're going to improve this team, bro, for sure.
Well, I mean, even if you got to overpay, like at least, I mean, if not, what are we doing? This being play-in, like either go all in or rebuild. Like this being eighth, ninth play-in, like we're tired of this crap, and you got to pick a direction at some point, like
absolutely.
It's not like we can't turn around and trade some of these guys for picks later,
Yeah, exactly. Look, the well is always going to be replenished at the end of the day. I told fans the same thing after we traded for AD. Some fans were like, we gave up too much. I said, we'll get young talent again. And look, now we got Reaves, we got Rui, we got Max Christie. So young talent can be replenished. We do a really good job of drafting late in the draft or getting undrafted talent. But what won't be replenished is the years of our prime star players. So
let me ask you, don't you feel like the way that they're playing right now, like the Clippers are going to smoke us?
No, I have no faith in the Clippers. I think we can beat the Clippers. I look at matchups. Forget about the way they're playing. Clippers had an easier schedule. James Harden is playing good basketball right now, but it's the Clippers. We shouldn't lose to the Clippers, period. When you got two superstars the magnitude of AD and LeBron, they have to come together. Hopefully we'll have Dorian Finney-Smith that day, and hopefully Austin Reaves will be firing on all cylinders like he did today. We should be able to beat the Clippers. I know we've struggled as of late, but look, the Laker team has been a wave the entire season. We lose 3, we win 3. So I'm expecting to win at least 3 before we take another loss, which means beating the Clippers. And look, the player we got to stop there is James Harden. We've guarded him many times with many different Laker teams. We have figured him out before. We've even figured him out in the playoffs. So he doesn't really
I'm
scare
worried
me.
about Powell, man. Powell's been
Norman Powell's nice. But
he's been
again,
on fire this year.
AD and LeBron have to be the best two stars. They have to be the best
Well,
two stars.
but Kawhi sat out this last game so he could play against us, like they always do. And it's the first game in what's it called? What's the arena called? I forgot.
Yeah, that stupid arena, the toilet dome, whatever it's called.
Inuit Dome or something.
Yeah, into it or something like that.
Yeah, like I feel like it's going to be their Super Bowl. So
yeah, no, it's going to be a fun matchup, man. I cannot wait. Should be good this Sunday, man. And my Rams play that day too, so I'll be double dipping that day, man, for sure. Thank you so much for calling in, brother. I do appreciate you, Travis. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, man.
You too, brother. Shout out to Travis and shout out to Scott. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. He said 12 points off the bench and take out AR and LeBron James, and 7 players scored 35 total. Who could we add that can provide an athletic scoring punch? Great show, bro. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you. Well, let's keep in mind that we're missing 2 major pieces of the pie tonight, and that was Anthony Davis and Dorian Finney-Smith. Also, we should get Vandal relatively quickly here, so our depth should look better. Now, who could we add to provide a scoring punch? I mentioned it earlier on the show. I like cheap players that maybe you can get for a second-round pick or whatnot that don't have a super crazy contract. Guys like Jordan Clarkson. I also like Colin Sexton, who's averaging 18. I also like, I wouldn't mind Lonnie Walker coming off the bench. Somebody like that who is a certified bucket, can come in and do some dirt and some damage. I would love to see that. But again, I'm not prioritizing guards. I think we have plenty of them, even though we just got rid of a good one. I was encouraged by the big man play I saw from the two-way contract we just signed, Jones. So I want to see somebody more grizzled, more seasoned, assume that position. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our next caller, my guy, MJ. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, family? How you doing?
Good, doing good, man. Talk to me.
Oh, man, it's a cool little game. Some games you get like that. You got to remember, everybody get up. Yeah, a lot of people rest their players, and then they be ready for us. They going to do that. That's just the name of the game.
Right. They did that the last game. They rested other players versus the Clippers, got blown out by 40, then turned around and gave us a competitive game. Yep, you're right.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then you got to remember, if they would have had Cam and that other guard, but would have had all our players, who would have cooked them because of AD. They ain't have nobody to stop AD.
Right, that's true.
And then you got to remember that everybody talking about they don't like the big guy, but I like the big guy because he's big and powerful. That right there is going to shoot AD up. You put him in the game the same time AD, he let him bang with them other guys, AD could cook them your extra rebounds. Because he got beat by 9 or 10 rebounds a night because these guys don't be blocking out. Now you got AD could shoot his 15-footer, and that guy could get all the rebounds. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could see that guy getting 15 rebounds with AD playing. You see what I'm saying? Because
I like them. The only thing I'll say is he got a lot of fouls called on him. And he seems like he plays physical, which in this modern NBA, they don't like that. Unless you're playing against the Lakers, they let you get away with it. But when you're on the Lakers, man, you know what I'm saying? Like he could look like Hassan Whiteside on another team, but with us, he's just gonna look like a foul magnet. That's what's irritating.
Yeah, he ain't really make no foul. They was calling ticky-tack fouls because he's so big and strong. They because I seen a game when he was checking Jokic, and Jokic couldn't even move him.
Okay.
Did you see that? I was watching the highlights. I said, this dude, Jokic was getting frustrated. He's a bully. So that's what AD need for, when you play them, you put that guy on Jokic. But you're right, though, they're going to try to cheat. They go try to get him out the game. Yeah. That's how they do the Lakers. But a lot of people do be hating on Reaves. I be taking up for Reaves, and everybody be like, oh, man, Reaves a bum. I say, man, you guys, if you're going to talk about him, you got to talk about the whole team. Because I be seeing every NBA guard get cooked, but they keep trying to say Reaves. Every guard I done seen getting a buck whoop, man. I seen that Boston Oklahoma game. You saw they was cooking each other. Can't nobody really check nobody.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody want to keep saying, "Oh, Reaves." Like Rui be the weak link. Rui is the weak link. If Rui could give us that game like he get against Miami, the Lakers could blow teams out. But it's Rui, man.
That's the problem I have with Rui. He had 23 points, 8 rebounds last game. He turns around and he has a 10.6 rebound game. Like, not good enough because he played 32 minutes, you know? With a body like that, you would think this guy would be ultra productive and he would be dropping at least 15 a game at least, you know?
Yeah.
And, he's hit or miss. Rui's hit or miss. And I wish he wasn't like that, but man, it's unfortunate. You're right about Rui.
Rui gotta come through, man. Rui is the X factor. If you gonna win the championship, Rui gotta at least give y'all 15 and 8. You know, give us 15 and 8.
Yeah.
If you could do that consistently, then you got a chance to win a lot of games.
True.
He can't be having 10 points, 1 rebound, getting back cut, and then he be panicking. I'm just saying, man, stop panicking. Just play, man. See, everybody get mad at Reaves because Reaves, they be mad at Reaves. Oh, he's a bomb. He need to come out the bench. Everybody be talking about the kid.
But they're real quiet tonight, though. They're real quiet tonight. I checked my Twitter. I didn't have no hate mail today. Nobody here in the chat is saying Reaves needs to get traded or come off the bench. Like, it's just night and day. If he has a bad game the next game, they're gonna be all on him. But I wish they keep the same energy and give him props when he does good. Call him out when he does bad. That's fine. But when you just calling him out and consistently hating on him and then disappear when he does good, you just a hater, man. That's a fact. You know? That point, there's no point. There's no point. First of all, the contract he is on right now is criminal. Like, he's getting paid $50 million. He's getting paid about what, 16, 17 million a year for the production. He's giving us more points per game than the millions he's getting paid.
Yeah.
So like,
but they be hating on this kid. I'm like, cause I saw Mary get cooked when he be playing them other guard. Every guard is getting cooked, but they always try to claim this kid. I had to go. I say, you know, cause I don't get nobody. You know, I jam everybody up. But I said, man, I gotta jam this guy because they keep making it about this guy. It's a team sport. You're not gonna win if you don't play team ball.
And look, they don't have a lot to complain because they said he turns over the ball too much. That's his biggest thing. Well, tonight he had 0 turnovers, fam.
Oh, he had 0 turnovers?
Yeah. Let me see. Let me double check to make sure. But yeah, I think he had 0 turnovers. So, and the night before he only had like 1 or 2. So it's like
he's getting better. He's getting better.
He's capable of being efficient without turning the ball over. I think a lot of the times he's so good, he's gonna test stuff. He's gonna go behind the back and do some unnecessary things sometimes. But it's a part of getting better, filling out the game, and maturing as you go. Now, today he didn't have nothing unnecessary.
How many turnovers LeBron had?
LeBron had about 5 of them last I checked. Yeah, he had about 5 of them. Yeah, he got to cut down for sure. But
he got to cut down because he be trying to. Sometimes he get caught in the air. I said, "Come on, King, you can't do that." You know, I don't be hating on LeBron like I told other stations. I said, I'm not going to talk about LeBron because he's 40. So you know, I get mad, but I can't talk about him because he won a lot of games for us. So I can't hate on him.
Yeah, the thing is, we kind of have to lower our expectations for LeBron at 40 a little bit, you know? Like, we still hold him to a golden standard because he's still a superstar, even in today's age, which is, I think, a credit to his game and how special he is. But he does make mistakes. Obviously, there's times he doesn't get back. There's times he falls asleep, over helping his man, and he falls asleep and doesn't get back. But they all do it. All the Lakers do it, and it's by committee. Like you said, it's a team sport. When Reaves gets cooked, somebody needs to come out and help him, and then somebody else needs to come out and help the guy who helped Reaves, and so on and so forth. If you communicate, your defensive rotations are on point. Most of the time, most shots will be contested, and so nobody's perfect. But when I look at players' games, you got to look at, like, Reaves is a complete package. Ball handle got better, check. 3-level scoring, check. Clutch player, check. Can go off on any night, even when superstars are missing, check. What else do we want from an undrafted $50 million contract?
That's why I keep telling you, the contract is cheap. But he's a bomb. He need to come off the bench. Well, when he come off the bench, you're going to hate on the guy. He come off the bench and hit 20. And then they were trying to make an excuse like, oh, he didn't play. I said, in that first playoff when they went to I said, Darius Scam messed that up. If we'd have played the big guy with AD that we got from Cleveland,
Yep.
we would have probably beat him. No, he want to go small ball, and Reaves averaged 19.
That's
The
crazy.
two people that choked was Dennis Schroeder and D'Lo.
Last time I was critical, bro. I was critical. He needed to improve on his defense last year and his ball handling. So I was very critical, even though I love Reaves.
Yeah.
But he improved. I can't really ask much more from him, bro, because he's not a lockdown defender. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Every player has a weakness or two. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like we got to pick the positives. If you got way more positives as a basketball player like Reaves does, then you can overlook some of the negatives. Yes, sometimes he falls asleep on defense. Yes, sometimes he gets targeted by bigger players and he gets cooked. Yes, nobody's saying he's perfect, but the upside is way higher. I'll take 38 points, even though he was getting cooked sometimes, over a player that gives you 10 points barely. A player like Gabe Vincent or something like that.
Wait, he was cooking him.
Yeah.
See, one thing about Reaves, when they cook Reaves go back right after. I like a guy like that. He don't like, no, you cooking me, I'm going to go right back at you. That's hard. Now, the other guys, when they be getting cooked, they be clanking. Like the other night, when we had the 10-point lead, and then Whatchacall was clanking. Reddish was 1 for 7.
Yep.
Man, they was clanking, everybody.
Yep.
So, and then they was getting cooked, Reddish, Rui, all of them, but they kept trying to. It's Reaves. I said, no, y'all guys got to stop that, man. Be honest.
Yeah. Well,
all our players getting cooked. They all play like bums that night. So stop trying to just, pick him out. It's Reaves. Every week it's Reaves. I'm like, I never saw so much hatred, man. Oh, take out the headband. Man, I like a guy that got heart. You know, like I'm saying, me and you keep it right. I'm going to jam Reaves up if he do some bonehead. I'm going to jam him up.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely, man. I think in this channel, we always keep everything in perspective. And at the end of the day, man, if a player plays wrong, I don't care if it's LeBron or Reaves, we're going to call him out. But when they do good, and for the most part, this season, they've both been spectacular. That's why you don't see me get on their case as much, right? But yeah, it is a lot of player fandom out there, a lot of biasness and overreacting towards players they don't like. It is what it is.
Because the one guy, he was trying to say, but Reaves. I said, bro, we went on a 5-game losing streak with Reaves wasn't even starting. And then when Reaves came back, we went 6-2. Yep. He still was trying, no, man, that means you hate it.
Yeah. That's
so man. You got to stop. And look.
I think when you watch the game of basketball with hate eyes, you don't really enjoy it for what it is. I mean, there'll be players that cook my favorite team, but I still enjoy the game of basketball because I'm like, damn, he's special. Like Wemby, guys like that. You still got to enjoy the game for what it is because these players are special, man. Then I'll be here forever, right? So, I mean, I think as a Laker fan, a longtime Laker fan, we've been waiting for an either drafted or undrafted guy that was one of our own. We kind of picked him out of the litter and he pans out. And that's what Reaves has been. That's why he's
you got to steal. And he chose not to get drafted by Detroit.
Now
Detroit was about to draft him. He's like, no, don't draft me. You got to get it.
Already starting to try to throw my guy Dalton Connect into packages, and I'm defending him too because he's a rookie.
Nah, Dalton Connect gonna be a beast, man. The man is his first year. That was the coaching staff messed up his rhythm.
Christie, bro. When he first got drafted, they said, "Oh, why didn't we draft this player instead or that player instead of giving him a chance?" And now look,
they do all the players like that for the Lakers. How you noticed that? It was Christie. No, Dalton Connect. No,
that's the real Laker fans that do this. It's always the player fans who have an agenda and want everybody traded.
They want everybody. They're not real Laker fans. They act like they're Laker fan. Oh, we win championship. Nah, man, stop saying that. Yeah. You trying to get rid of your young boys. Then you get they make the trade, get a bum that from the other team that y'all thought was, then they get in, the bright lights come on. Nah, he can't score. Nah, he missed a layup. Nah, look, like Beasley. The dude was trying to, when Beasley came there, Beasley started shooting. He shoot 45% in Utah. Put on that gold uniform, he started clanking 1 for 10. This guy couldn't play defense. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Every time these guys want a player, they get the player, he's a bum.
Well, real Laker fans going to stay patient with our young talent because we know what it could become. We've even seen players like Jordan Farmar come in here, Sasha Vujacic, players that become really good role players, not always stars, and help us win titles. Help us win titles. That's all we want. We want to build a foundation of something special. We're doing that, MJ. But my guy, man, I appreciate your call. Thank you so much, MJ.
Yeah. Oh, one more before I leave. Yeah. You make a good point with I want my half session if we could get him. But if not, going on bring Lonnie Walker back and trade Shafino. Get Shafino out of here, man. I hate to say it. Shafino's done. Trade Shafino to a new, let him start a new. Hope good luck with the guy and bring Lonnie Walker. Now that's your ball handle. Lonnie got hop and handles. That's what we missing. And he played good with Reaves because he took the pressure off of Reaves. Remember? He held the rock and Reaves didn't have to dribble that much. And he could take off the dribble. Get Shafino, bring my boy Lonnie back home.
I'm with it. I'm 110% with it.
Yeah.
Lonnie wants the bucket for us. Appreciate you, MJ. Thank
All
you,
right, man. Salute.
All right, salute, brother. Shout out to my guy, MJ, man. Always a true teller. I love this passion bucket. All right, next one up, my brother, CJ. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
What's up, fam? How you doing, man? You doing okay?
Hey. I'm a lot better than if we would have lost to that dagger by D-Lo, bro. I would have been tight if that happened.
Yeah, man, we got some good callers out here today, man. So a lot of good stuff tonight.
That's true, man. How you feeling, bro? How's everything, man?
Everything's good. Just watching the Lakers be as bipolar as ever. It's like just like you've been, like a lot of the calls been talking about how we be stooping low and allowing a lot of these like bottom dweller teams, excuse me, literally compete with us. It's just crazy, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Dan. As optimistic as I can be, and I'm very optimistic about this team, especially if we make a move. I'm still at the point where I'm just like I don't want to sacrifice no more future assets for this team unless they make a real push. Like not like these fake like these roller coaster type stretches where we win 6 and then we lose 4, lose 5 and all that stuff. That's not a championship caliber team. That's an inconsistent team. Like unless they're serious and all that, and like when they cut Quincy Oliveira, you basically show that you're prioritizing big man depth and you want to win a championship. If you're going to do that and you're going to cut young players that deserve to be on the squad like Quincy, then you better make a trade. Like there's no in between that because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. Because I'm tired of every season. It's like us as diehard Laker fans, we get our hopes up. Like, bro, like you be hyped up in the beginning of the season with like all of us, and then we get to December and January. It's all cold outside and all that, and the Lakers are playing colder, and they in LA, and it's crazy, bro. It's like we're just us as diehard Laker fans. We're tired of that. Yeah. Make a choice. We're either going to be full in on the rebuild or we're going to be full into a championship. We need to stop trying to play in between. The Warriors tried to do that. Look at where they're at right now.
And look, man, the next game is going to be crucial because it's going to be the difference between the 5th seed, because we can pull up and leapfrog the Clippers, or we can fall down to the 7th seed below the Mavericks. That's how squeezed in we are in the Western Conference, bro. So we need to get these wins, and tonight was very crucial. And guess what? On Sunday is going to be even more crucial because just take a peek at the standings, bro. Look at where we're at right now. 6th seed. Look at the record, 22-17. We're virtually tied with the Clippers for numbers 5. In spite of the poor play this season, in spite of the injuries, in spite of the lack of trades, in spite of the up and down coaching, we are potentially the 5th seed after Sunday. Potentially. So I agree with you, man. We need to push all your chips to the middle of the table and let's win some damn ball games, right? That's what we got to do, bro. Because seriously, man, I think we lost my guy CJ. CJ, you there? All right. Next time we lost my brother CJ. All right, let's bring in the next caller, my guy Mo Harris. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
What's going on, man? Tonight, wasn't too much of an impressive win, but I'll take the win because a win is a win.
Oh, we'll take a win over a loss any day, bro. And as you can
But
see, it was very crucial. We lose tonight, we'd probably drop into 7th. And that Clipper game right there, bro. You think we got a chance versus the Clippers? I do. I think we have as good as any.
I I think we have a chance. The problem is that this team is too inconsistent, and it's hard for me to have faith in this team. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like CJ just said, like you win 4 or 5 in a row, then you lose 4, then you win 3 more, then you win. Then you lose 2. So it's just it's too inconsistent, and
Right.
it's like we have too many players that are inconsistent as well. Like Rui, for one, like last game came out balling 23 points, damn near probably was the leading scorer of the team.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come out tonight and then you only give us 10 points. Like, but there is one guy that I really and truly do not want on this team, and that's Jackson Hayes. He got to go. I'm done with him.
I'm done with him too, bro. I was done with him early this season. He hasn't proven consistency, and that's been the problem with Jackson Hayes. I think I like the other bigs. The new big today, Jameson. He looked a lot better than what Jackson has provided. Coloco, I don't know what happened to Coloco, by the way. Never heard from him.
Trevor Lane had explained this. So the way his contract works is that he can only play like 50 games, because they still have him on that 2-way. So because of that,
but the problem is he's nowhere near that 50 yet. He's played maybe 10 games this season, So
right.
Like that's not a good excuse. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the doctors have restricted him, maybe they pull him back, but it makes no sense because he's played maybe 10, 12 games. I get the 50-game rule and all that, but they've needed him. Thank God we signed another 2-way contract, but that's not gonna cut it, man. Let's go get that big man. Is there any big you like right now on the market right now, bro? Any bigs that you say?
I mean, other than Walker Kessler and Nick Richards, I'm not quite sure. I know Nick Richards is gone. He out the books. Walker Kessler is the only other big I can honestly say that I really and truly want. Vucevic, I think he'd be all right.
I'll take any big. To be honest, I know a lot of people don't want Jonas Valanciunas, but off the bench, the dude would be immaculate.
I'm gonna be honest. Jemison, what he just showed tonight, he a better rim protect. He a better rim protecting than what Jackson Hayes did, because he in 14 minutes, right? Yeah, 14 minutes, 4 boards, 2 blocks. He got half of Jackson Hayes' boards that Jackson Hayes got in 33 minutes.
Yep. And he contested about half of them too. He contested like 6, 7, 8 shots in a row. So he forget about just the blocks. He altered a gang of shots. We just didn't get the rebounds on those because we tend to play one big man lineups and we get cooked because of that. But yeah, man, look, I think we're a big man away, and I'm not even talking about elite. It would be great if we get Walker Kessler or whatever. But if we can get like a Jonas or a Nick Vucevic, who I think would be great, or anybody of a decent caliber, even Robert Williams, even though he's high risk, high reward with his injuries, we gotta take a flyer on one of these guys. I think it'll happen. It's only a matter of time. The fact that they're looking at 2-way big men tells you that they're hungry for it, and I think it might be JJ who's driving the front office's need for a big man. It might be him or it might be AD. I don't know.
Yeah, because he said he wants to actually use a 2 big man lineup, which means that probably Rui is going to be going to the bench. So
I would do it. Do it, man. It's not like Rui gives you consistency anyways. I'd rather have rebounding and shot blocking, rim protection, and clogging the lane defensively so the guys can't walk in there would be great. Because remember, a lot of times AD gets pulled out to the perimeter and there's nobody in the paint to protect it. That's how you get so many dunks, layups given up, and wide open threes from over rotating. So, yeah, I agree, bro. And as you can see, some of the teams that are being dominating, they have multiple big men. Look at the Thunder. They got Chet. They got the ex-Nick big man. They got a couple.
Isaiah Hardenstein, and I wanted him so bad, but we didn't have the money.
Him. Yeah. They could, man, that's a dangerous team. They could go all the way quietly. And you got the Cavs. You got the Celtics, bro. The Celtics have multiple big men. They got Horford. They got Tito Horford, Michael Jackson's dad. They got everybody, man. Tito Jackson. They got all the bigs. They got what's his name? The big man, Porzingis, right? Porzingis was an X factor for them in the finals last year. I hate to bring it up, but you need multiple big men to be successful and make a deep postseason run. And the Lakers right now don't have it unless they're planning on making Koloko and Jameson a part of their rotation, which I doubt, right? But
yeah, I doubt it too. But I think they need to sign one of them to a full contract, and I think Koloko has earned it 100%. My thing is with this Quincy move, the thing that I really and truly dislike, if you was going to bring him in just to let him go, just to get a big man, why didn't you bring in Moses Brown to begin with?
a lot of the things the Lakers
that was stupid.
It doesn't make sense. Like, first of all, they're not even giving Armel any run up here. So if that was the case, you would have might as well let him go, even though I like him. I like him a lot. Like, he's got a high motor and all that, but he's undersized. He's a tweener. Then Koloko, where has he been? Like I don't want to hear the 50-game excuses. He's nowhere near that. And then
he's nowhere near it, but I think how many games has been played?
About 40 something.
Yeah, I think 30, because I think we're 22 and 17. Yeah, so 39 games has been played, which means we have 44 games left.
Well, I'll tell you this: they got to make a trade to offload a lot of the dead weight we have on here. Jalen Hutchins.
Yeah, you're right. Why the hell is he not playing?
It makes no sense to me. None. I don't know.
The 50-game rule is over at this point.
Yeah, they gotta figure it out because Koloko definitely deserves more minutes for sure. So let's figure that out. But yeah, Lakers got to make a move. The good thing is all this trade talk is going to go away after the February trade deadline, which is sneaking up quickly on us. Right, we're more than halfway through this month already, so it's coming, and I can't wait to cover it full time. But the most exciting thing to me is I think the Lakers will make another move, and if they do, it has to be the right move, the one that pushes the needle. Because right now, I like Dorian Finney-Smith, but him being absent and not getting enough reps and not starting, whether it's via injury or his son being born or whatever, he hasn't got enough reps to really make an impact yet. He made an impact on maybe one game so far, maybe two, but we need more than that, right? So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we got to get Dorian Finney-Smith back. But shout out to him having a child though, because that's something he got to be there for. Right, that's just him being a good father, and just shout out to that. I do have a question.
Yeah,
because LeBron's basketball run is about to come to an end. Once LeBron goes, which probably means that Anthony Davis may wind up going as well. Who is the next star that you would like to see in LA?
That's where I make my living, brother. That's where I like to make my predictions and stuff. I'll tell you this. I'm gonna say this right now. I've been hearing, right, because I have my sources too. I've been hearing, watch out for Ant-Man, right? Anthony Edwards.
My favorite. I was hoping you say because he's my favorite one.
Let me tell you why. Because he hasn't been happy since the Minnesota trade happened. And that team's not doing so well. So there's already rumblings that he's already been mentioned his displeasure to the front office. That's usually how divorce starts. You start getting the early fights, and then eventually, when his contract comes up, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this, but I think he's about to be a free agent and unrestricted, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I think so. Or is he still in the rookie contract? In 2026 or 2027, I think by then we might be free of both LeBron and AD, if I'm not mistaken. So we might not even have to trade for him, but don't quote me on that because I'd have to double check what his contract situation is. I haven't looked at it. But if we had a trade for Ant-Man, what do you want? Whatever you want, man. I'm building around Ant. And then if you can get one star, you know how LA works. You get another star to go with that, whether it's free agency or whatever.
Because I think from what Austin Reaves showed, I think once Bron and AD is gone, I think what you absolutely said is right. Austin Reaves is pretty much more than capable of averaging 25 to 26 points a game. So I think he's a star in the making. As for Dalton, I really want to see him attack the back. See, my problem with how he's being utilized is they keep using him as a spot up 3-point shooter. And it's just like he's more than just that. You gotta let him have the rock in his hand. Let him attack the basket a little bit. Let him see some like layups go in. Let him see some buckets or something. Let him draw some fouls. Like something. But you just having him stand in the corner. That's bad. That's just bad on JJ Redick's end, and I just really and truly wish that they didn't do him like that because I watched his highlights and he has much more than him than just shooting the three. It's so
Absolutely.
much more than him than just shooting the three, and I really and truly wish that they would utilize him all the way rather than just that one role.
Yeah, man. Look, I I didn't expect much from Dalton. He over exceeded my expectations when he came in, dropping 30 plus. And then when he was starting, he was averaging over 20, looking like a prime candidate for Rookie of the Year. I really hope he participates in the All Stars weekend. I would like to see him, fully unleashed out there so he can show us more. But I think his mark will probably come. I'm hoping it comes at some point in the playoffs. But I think next year is going to be his time to shine. I think next year, where there's more playing time, he'll be more. He'll have more experience under his belt. I think he's going to be good, man. Somebody asked me if I would include him in a package. My answer is no, not right now, because I need to see more. He showed me glimpses of how good he can be. That's good enough for me to hold him, unless the piece is somebody who's going to push us over the top to win a championship right now. That's the only way I'm considering including him in a package. But outside of that, yeah, I'm not throwing him in there for no role players and stuff. He showed too much potential and too much promise right now. And as you can see, the Lakers have been good at developing potential and promise. We did it with Reaves. We're doing it with Christie. And we're going to continue doing it with more players as they come. So very excited for the future. But I think right now, the trade deadline is that everybody should mark their calendars, because from what I'm hearing from my sources and what I've heard, the Lakers are gearing up to make at least one more trade. At least. Okay. Now, if it doesn't fall through, it means that Rob Pelinka got cold fingers at the end and didn't pull the trigger because he feels like he will damage the future. But I think it's going to happen. I think right now it's a 75% chance of the Lakers making another move to set us up to try to compete for a postseason run. So that's right. The good news. What that move is, I have no clue, because Rob Pelinka he's been very hard to guess. Usually with Magic, I was guessing. With Mitch Kupchak, I was landing almost every single move. But Rob Pelinka really is an under the radar type GM, and I don't know what he could be cooking up. He'll be cooking up a storm, or maybe it's just something that's not going to move the needle. We'll see.
There is one big that you had mentioned that I really and truly had said that I've been wanting for a good minute, and that's Nick Claxton. Nick Claxton this year is making 28, I think 28 mil.
Oh, Nick Claxton, okay.
Rui,
yeah,
Gabe, Jalen Hood-Schifino. Maybe
Nick Claxton is he's like a poor man's Jared Allen. So yeah, I would love to have him.
Exactly, and that's the game that I would love to play. And he's a starting big. So
will the Nets do it? Will the Nets do it, or do they see Nick Claxton as a part of their future? We'll see. I think that's the question.
Yeah,
because they see him part of their future, they won't move him. But they do have Day'Ron Sharp, so maybe they want to keep both of them. I don't know. But yeah, I would definitely put in the call if I'm Rob Pelinka. It's gonna get interesting, bro. It's gonna get really interesting, and I can't wait to break it down with y'all, man. As always, Maurice, I do appreciate the call, my brother. Thank you so much, man.
Anytime, bro.
All right, Brody. Peace. Have a good one. Shout out to my guy, Maurice. All right. CJ, it looks like he fixed his camera. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. He's back.
Hey, man. Sorry about that.
No problem. It happens.
I'm like this, though. I was about to say, hey, I'm cool to end it right there. Maurice got us all excited and all that stuff, man. Like, he got us excited. But piggybacking on what he was saying, though, Nick Claxton would be a really good fit, because he's gotten used to playing off the bench. So whatever role you need him to play, I believe that he'll be comfortable in playing that. And you put him next to AD. Oh my gosh, like that's something else, because people forget in 2021 he was ninth for defensive player of the year. So he's very fluid. He's very mobile. He can check. Not necessarily guard, but he can keep up with 1 through 5, in my opinion, with the way that he's fluent. So pairing him with AD, that would be a good fit. AD can stop crying. So, because the thing is, if we get a true big to help out AD, I don't want to hear nothing else from AD. You better be averaging MVP numbers for the rest of the year. And I'm bro. Like I said, man, I'm not kind of keep it short because I want to hold it up because I know you got some stuff to do. But literally, like I said, man, it's just I just wanted to pick a lane. We pick a lane. We show the fans that we have clear direction and all that stuff. I think we'll be all right with either way. Like literally, if they legit showed us like exactly where we're going, I feel like a lot of us Laker fans, I feel like we will be good with that. We're not. This is not the mid 2000s. Knicks. We don't have Isaiah Thomas running our front office. We don't have James Dolan and nothing like that. We have a good front office. We just got to be better. That's all I got to say with that, man.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, we got to figure shit out. I think they will. Again, from what I'm hearing, they're looking to make a move. Hopefully, it's a big one. I don't know. LeBron James gave me hope with his post-game interview when he said, "This is not the same team you're going to see in March and this and that." Hopefully, he wasn't just talking about Vando. Hopefully, he was talking about other stuff too, man. But we'll see, man. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm very happy. The trade deadline is my favorite time because we get a more complete picture of how the team's going to look moving forward, right? Right now, it's all speculation, right? I don't like speculation. I like talk. I like walk, not talk. So
absolutely, bro.
Yeah, let's see who we get, bro. Give me one name you want to see on the Lakers past the trade deadline. One name.
If I had to pick one name, that I think that we need, even more than a big, because I feel like we can. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with a big man. I'm with you on Jonas Valanciunas. There's a reason why I say that because the thing is when you look at it like this, if we need a point guard, Markelle Fultz is waiting in the wings. You can easily slot him in and replace Gabe Vincent some minutes, especially if y'all don't want to give up. If the reports are correct and they don't want to give up Rui, then okay. If you don't want to give up Rui, all right, take Gabe's contract and Jalen Hood-Schifino's contract, trade for Jonas Valanciunas, and open up a roster spot. Let our boy Markelle Fultz in because if Markelle Fultz comes in, then you're getting a guy that's going to give you more than you bargained for. The only reason why he's a free agent is literally because the Orlando Magic had too much point guard depth and they didn't have enough money to keep him. He's not a free agent because he's a bad player. So I feel like he can play the 2 and the 3. Excuse me, he can play the 1 and the 2. Nice combo guard. He can defend, triple-double threat. Yeah, make it happen.
Let's make it happen. There you have it. All right. I like it, bro. I like it. Jonas, I think flying under people's radar because he plays for Washington, but when he was with Memphis, we would have loved him. Double machine. We would have loved him for sure, man. And he definitely is a big body that could help us guarding bigger players for sure. As always, CJ, a pleasure, my brother. Thank you so much for everything, man. Thanks for tapping in on another Phone Call Friday, my guy.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. And we can't wait, man.
All right, brother. Have a good one, man. Blessings.
You too, man. Yes, sir. Blessings.
And happy MLK weekend to everybody, man. Always great to have that 3-day weekend and celebrate, one of the heroes that, gave this country just so much liberty to the minorities, especially, man. So shout out to MLK weekend and everybody that celebrates it. All right, let's bring in my final caller and my young friend, Warrior fellow. I wouldn't say fellow. I'll say Warrior fan, Darius Ford. What's up, man? How you doing, bro? Good to see you.
See you too, Dan.
How you been? How's everything?
So.
Yeah. You've been watching. I know you've been watching. Talk to me, man.
How you been doing?
Man, we in there. Look, we won an ugly, sloppy game tonight, but we survived it, man. How your Warriors doing, man? How they coming along?
Same thing we did, except we survived against the Timberwolves.
Oh, okay. That's what you guys played yesterday or what?
The other day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see, man. Hey, as you can see in the standings, you guys are currently number 11. I don't know if you remember before the season started. I think I mentioned to you that the Warriors would struggle a bit. Now, to me, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I don't even want to sound condescending here, but you guys have overachieved this season for me because you guys have that many wins. I didn't even have you guys having that many wins in this early season. 20 wins already. So to me, you're actually in a decent place considering where you could be. You could be, you could have been down here by where the Spurs or the Trailblazers were. So to me, that's decent. 20-20 considering Buddy Hield and how inconsistent. Remember, I told you when you guys were excited about Buddy Hield, I said the only problem I've always had with him is he's inconsistent. Was I right on that, man?
Yeah, and here's the thing, Dan. Like, he was kind of like the replacement of Klay Thompson. Like, I wasn't too high on Buddy Hield. Like, yes, he can get some 3-point shots off, but then again, I don't see him averaging like the same amount of points just to help Curry on the scoring load. He's not like shooting.
Bro
Like, he's
had
not.
8 points on 33 minutes against the Raptors, bro. That's pretty bad. That's why I've never really been a huge fan. Like, I know a lot of Laker fans wanted Buddy, and I wouldn't have minded him on this team. But to me, he's not like a needle mover for me. He had a really good start to the season, but
Yeah,
as you can see, he's starting to come down to reality. He's averaging 12 points, shooting 41% from the field. It's decent, but it's nothing. Again, you guys needed more than that. He is shooting a high clip from beyond the arc, but that's not surprising. It's not hard for a lot of players to catch a rhythm for the Warriors, man. What would you like to see done before the trade deadline for your squad?
so yeah, for us, we need a big. Like, I've been clamoring for that since the season started because I'm like, the first couple games we look good, but that's what we lack. That's what we're lacking is in a legitimate 7-footer. And I
A
just kind of
legitimate 7-footer, huh?
play.
Any names come to mind? We might be going for the same big man, bro. My Lakers and your Warriors. Any names come to mind?
Like Walker Kessler, I actually want him.
No, that would be disgusting, man. No, my man was the same player I want for my Lakers. Oh my goodness, bro. You've been watching my streams too much, Darius. My man was now he would be a good fit. I mean, well, to be fair, any where he goes, he's kind of like a plug-in player, right? He's gonna be an anchor anywhere he goes. That would be a good fit for you guys. I can see that. The only problem is, will Steve Kerr actually play him? Because remember, Steve Kerr had him on Team USA, and he could barely see. He barely got off the pine, bro. So I don't even know if he would play him. But I feel you. You guys, I don't really watch the Warrior games. You guys getting out rebounded a lot, or is it rim protection that you need more?
Rim protection, because I feel like half of them shots like are buried at like half of them points wouldn't have happened if we actually prevented them. Like the Minnesota one, like or even like the Raptors one, and like some of these other games where we're just allowing these teams to score over 110 points, that can be stopped right there if we just play better defense and just not foul too much. Because that's another of our Achilles heel is we foul too much and we turn the ball over several times. And I just get frustrated when they just be throwing these football passes to no man's land. I'm
Yeah,
like, are we
Lakers
playing
do that
basketball
sometimes
or
too.
football? Like that could be good for the Niners.
Mhm.
Let's switch sports.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. The Lakers do it sometimes as well. We get careless with the basketball. Last two games, we've done a good job taking care of it. But I mean, look, man, this is what I'm gonna say. You got a young team mixed with a couple of vets in there. I see you guys more of a young team than vets. I mean, you got let's see here. Let's see the age average. So Gary Payton II is 32. Kuminga's 22. Kyle Anderson is 31. Brandon Podemski, or whatever his name is, 21. Moses Moody, 22. 28 for Kevon Looney. I thought he was a lot older. He's 28. 32 for Buddy Hield. And then Andrew Wiggins, 29. So you got like kind of a mid-team, right? Trace Jackson Davis, 24, 27. Dennis Schroeder, 31. It's kind of like it's not the age issue for you guys, but it's kind of mixed, right? Yeah, like I see you guys though as more of a young team for some reason, even though you got plenty of veterans. And I think those young players aren't really like all the way ready to contribute. I know you guys don't want to trade Kuminga. He's having a decent year. He's averaging 16 and 5. He's interesting, but he doesn't have the one thing your team requires, which is a consistent 3-point shot, right?
That's the thing. Like I don't mind Kaminga's jump shot. The thing about him is like I don't want him to like settle on the 3-point jump shot. Like because in his rookie season when we won the championship, he was a lot better as just a slasher and just a motor guy to fill in for Draymond when he was out. And that's what I liked about Kuminga was just his
Well, let me
energy.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. Who's your favorite young player you guys have on your team? Is it Kuminga?
Yes, I would say Kuminga since he did win the championship with us that
But
year.
that's the problem is that in order to get that major piece that you want, I think teams are going to want to get Kuminga off you because you don't have a lot of first round picks to trade, right? So that's the problem, man. And that's why I think the Warriors are stuck. They don't know if they want to rebuild around Kuminga once the Curry era is done, or do they want to go all in? Kind of have a similar problem to us, except we actually have young talent that's contributing now, like Max Christie and Austin Reaves. And also we have first round picks and we got the stars. So it's kind of we are on the cusp of becoming a contender, but also we struggle to push all our chips to the table. So we're in a similar boat, but except we're much better than you guys in the sense that we still got our 2 stars and young talent has contributed now, plus draft picks. So now that I think about it, we're pretty set up for now. Now, yeah, man, I honestly don't know what I would do if I was the Warriors. I don't know. For me, I don't think you win another championship with Curry unless you get like a mega star. And I don't see you getting a mega star with just Kuminga. So I would actually, how would you feel about trading Curry away and starting the rebuild early before his value goes down or before you're forced to give him the farewell tour? How would you feel about that? Would you completely be opposed to it, or like how would you feel as a fan?
That's going to be kind of hard because, I mean, it's like once Curry's like retired, it's like a what next type of
Right.
thing. Like when Marvel finished their Infinity Saga, okay, us fans, we were like, okay, what's next? Are they gonna start a new narrative or what's the new era?
Well, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. And I think that's where the Warriors are right now, right there. You pose an interesting question because, like, what's next for the Warriors once Curry is done? Curry has basically been everything for the Warriors. He's been everything for you guys. You guys, nobody even remembers Monte Ellis when they think of the Warriors. They won't even remember what's the 3-point shooter's name back in the day. Like all those guys, they're gonna be dust in memory in comparison to what Curry has done for you guys. So, but I honestly, if I was the Warriors, and not just because I don't like Curry, but if I was the Warriors, I'd trade Curry to help him continue to compete for titles and to give us a head start. There's going to be plenty of teams that are interested right now. So I would do it. I would do it, man. It's a tough decision, but I hate to use them as an example. Even the Celtics got rid of Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Rondo, and sped up the rebuild. And look how it helped them, right? And look at all the young talent they ended up with and draft picks because of it.
Like, do I even want to compare myself to the Celtics? Even
Right.
though,
But I'm just giving you an example of like a team that gets greedy and thinks about their future instead of just giving farewell tour, you know? So it's like, as a fan, what do you want? That's the question right there. Anyways, Darius Ford, thank you so much for the phone call, my brother. You are the last caller of the day. I always appreciate talking to you, man. And again, thank you for tapping in, man.
hey, you better beat them Clippers.
Oh, we got you. We got you, bro. We got you, man, for sure. All right, brother. Have a good one, man.
All right.
All right, brother. Man, shout out to Darius, man. I like the kid. All right. Yeah, he's a Warrior fan, and I don't like the Warriors, but I like the kid, man. He brings good energy, good spirit, and all that good stuff. Now, that's going to wrap it up for me here tonight, guys. Thank you so much for tapping in. This one went a little longer than usual, but I always enjoy listening to you guys and going back and forth talking basketball. Always a pleasure. Always fun on Phone Call Fridays. If you already have not, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. I will be gaming over on Playback tonight, and matter of fact, in a little bit, maybe 20 minutes. So make sure you guys tap in there. I do appreciate you guys, man. And go Lakers, baby. As always, I will see you guys here unless something breaks before then on Sunday for pregame. And also, we'll be covering the Rams that day too. So stay tuned for all of that. Go LA. We're starting off the weekend right. All right, Roki Sasaki, man, from new Dodgers ace. And then the Lakers beat the Nets and former Laker D'Lo. And now the Rams need to complete the trilogy and win this Sunday. All right. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Catch you on the next one. Peace.